They say that if you're scared of something, then you should face your fear head-on. That's what four friends did when they entered the abandoned amusement park. But what they found at the end of the day was far scarier than any of them could have imagined. It was just another day in the city until some kids decided to sneak into the abandoned amusement park located at the outskirts of town. No one had dared enter this place ever since it had shut down 30 years ago. The rusty gates were broken and the overgrown weeds seemed to be reaching out for anyone who came too close. It felt like the park was trying to keep its secrets hidden from the world, but these kids weren't afraid. They wanted to know what secrets the old park was hiding. There were only four of them: James, Harry, Emily, and Ben. They had always been interested in urban exploration. So when they heard about the abandoned amusement park, they immediately set out to find it. None of them knew that their lives would never be the same after this day. The first thing that caught their eyes was the giant Ferris wheel covered with cobwebs. The seats were swaying gently in the wind, which sent shivers down their spines. As they walked further, they found an old ticket booth and next to it, a dusty logbook. As James opened it, he found a message written in faded ink. "Beware, all who enter here, your fate is sealed." It was signed off with a strange symbol that looked oddly familiar. They couldn't help but feel a sense of unease as they continued their journey into the unknown depths of the park. After walking past the carousel and the haunted house, they finally reached their destination, the roller coaster. Its metal tracks twisted and turned like a giant snake, and the cars at the top swayed eerily in the wind. Despite the rusty chains and the creaking wood beneath their feet, they dared to climb up the stairs leading to the first car. Each step they took made a deafening sound that echoed throughout the silent park. As if the structure itself was warning them to turn back, James was the first to get into the car, his heart pounding in his chest. As he buckled himself in, he noticed a small mirror attached to the safety bar. It was covered in rust and grime, but as he wiped it clean, he gasped. The reflection staring back at him wasn't his. It was a distorted version of himself, with sharp, jagged teeth and eyes that glowed an eerie red. He quickly turned away, hoping to shake off the disturbing image. But the moment he did, he heard a low, guttural laugh that seemed to come from the depths of the earth itself. Harry, Emily, and Ben stared at him in disbelief. They couldn't see nor hear anything, but they knew that whatever was inside that old roller coaster, it wasn't friendly. But they weren't going to let fear get the best of them. "Let's just ride it," said Ben, trying to sound brave. And with that, they all strapped themselves in and the ride began. The roller coaster lurched forward, jolting them out of their seats. The four friends screamed in terror as they raced through the dark tunnel. The sound of the screeching metal echoed in their ears long after they had passed through. The tunnel opened up into a clearing, and the friends let out a shaky breath. But their relief was short-lived. The tracks ahead were completely destroyed, leaving them stranded on a small platform in the middle of nowhere. As the minutes ticked by, they started to panic. There had to be a way out of this. Just then, they heard a loud crack and the ground beneath them began to shake violently. Looking down, they saw a gaping hole opening up, threatening to swallow them whole. With a final scream, they were plunged into darkness. When they woke up, they found themselves in a place that seemed straight out of a nightmare. Twisted trees formed a dark canopy overhead, and the air was thick with the smell of decay. They climbed out of the car and stumbled onto a path that led deeper into the forest. As they walked, they couldn't help but feel like they were being watched. Every rustle of leaves, every snap of a twig sounded like footsteps following them. They eventually came across a clearing, and at its center stood a dilapidated house. The windows were boarded up and the paint was peeling away from the walls like scabs. A sense of foreboding washed over them as they approached. This place felt evil, as if it was the source of the nightmare they had been trapped in. As they cautiously stepped inside, they realized they weren't alone. A figure emerged from the shadows, its face obscured by the darkness. The figure slowly removed its hood, revealing a face that was pale and gaunt with hollow eyes that seemed to stare right through them. "Who are you?" whispered Harry, his voice trembling. The figure didn't answer. Instead, it gestured for them to follow. They trailed behind the mysterious figure as it led them through a maze of dark corridors and up a spiral staircase. Finally, it stopped and turned around. "Who are you?" demanded James, stepping forward. The figure remained silent for a moment, then spoke in a voice that was raspy and weak. "I am the caretaker of this place," it said, "and you have trespassed on forbidden grounds." He explained that they had accidentally activated an ancient curse that had been placed on the amusement park many years ago. The curse had trapped many souls there, including the caretaker's daughter, who had been turned into the monstrous creature that had tried to attack them earlier. As the days went by, the friends learned the truth about the amusement park's dark history. They discovered that the park had been built on a site where a powerful ritual had once been performed. The ritual had been designed to harness the energy of the dead and use it to bring joy to those who visited the park. But the plan had gone awry, and the spirits of the dead had become trapped in the park's attractions. The caretaker told them that the only way to break the curse was to find the heart of the ritual and destroy it. But he warned them that the journey would be fraught with danger, as the spirits that guarded the heart were malevolent and would stop at nothing to protect it. Ignoring the caretaker's warnings, the friends ventured into the heart of the cursed amusement park. They faced many trials, each more perilous than the last. They encountered ghoulish spirits that tried to drag them down into the abyss, only to be saved at the last moment by the caretaker's ghostly apparition. As they journeyed deeper into the park, they realized that the line between the real world and the spirit world was becoming increasingly blurred. The attractions they had ridden before were now coming to life in terrifying ways. The roller coaster they had escaped from was now flying through the air, its cars dragging chains, dragging metal moans. The Ferris wheel was spinning wildly, its cabins swinging like pendulums. Finally, they reached the center of the park, where they found the heart of the ritual, an ornate box pulsing with an eerie green light. As they approached, the spirits guarding it materialized before them, their eyes glowing with hatred. In the end, it was Ben who destroyed the heart. Although it took great strength and courage, as soon as the box was destroyed, the spirits let out a final scream and vanished. The amusement park fell silent, the attractions coming to a halt. The friends had broken the curse. But their victory was bittersweet. The caretaker's ghost appeared before them, thanking them for freeing him and the other spirits from their eternal torment. He told them that he would finally be able to move on and find peace. But as he faded away, he left them with a final warning. "Remember," he said, "some places are best left undisturbed." They all nodded, knowing that they would never forget their harrowing ordeal. As they made their way out of the park, they could feel the weight of the curse lifting. The heavy atmosphere had been replaced with a sense of lightness and hope. They had faced their fears and emerged victorious. From that day forward, the abandoned amusement park became known as the Ghost Park. Local legend has it that anyone who dares enter the park at night will never be seen again. While the friends were grateful to be alive, they couldn't shake off the feeling that they had unleashed something they couldn't control. They had seen firsthand the power of the supernatural and the price that must be paid for trespassing on forbidden grounds. Despite the danger, some thrill-seekers still venture into the park, hoping to catch a glimpse of the ghostly roller coaster or the haunted Ferris wheel. But all who enter do so at their own risk. For the amusement park holds many secrets, and not all of them are meant to be uncovered.